Maadvaita, and today we are going to be discussing on the education. Basically we work on different sectors of education. We started about 4 years ago working with Swamiji, and we started working in running a school. We've been working with Swamiji. Swamiji has been guiding us. So with that knowledge and with that experience, we started really understanding the whole system, and then we started giving to everybody else. So basically in end education, we start right from end pregnancy to university level we take care. But mainly we work on children right from 4 months to 10 months up to teenage, up to 14 years. And after that we do an end youth program, and then comes the university. As part of education, we have different courses. We have N Vidyalaya, which is a weekend school. It's a 3 hours program where we have lots of games and activities, and through these activities we really teach them the life solution. They really need to understand about themselves, and then they can be at ease with anything that they learn. So this is the foundation of the whole in education itself. So that is what we are going to be discussing. But let me tell you the other areas also which we are working. We work with the parents, which is called N-Parenting, which is a dynamic parenting workshop that we do for the parents to understand about their children. There, that also we can do as per the request from everybody. And then we have the other workshop as N-Mentoring for the teachers. We go into the schools, we take the set of teachers, and we really train them as to how to make it very easy for them, so that they can deliver what they want to deliver as knowledge to the kids with the ease. So these are the main categories of an education. The whole thing, the problem is like, how do you make them understand, how do you make the child really learn things, is all the questions which comes up in every department of an education. So for the foundation of an education, Swami has created N Vidyalaya. This N Vidyalaya is a dynamic foundation where we can build. If you want to build a building of an architect building, you can build it, or you want to build an aircraft, completely different model, you can still build it by understanding about yourself. We teach the kids how they understand by themselves, which will awaken their non-mechanical parts, by which they will be able to do much beyond. That is the main core of N Vidyalaya in N education. Any sector of N education, we mainly focus on N Vidyalaya. N Vidyalaya is like a core heart of the whole function. What we do as N Vidyalaya and why we should do N Vidyalaya. What we do in N Vidyalaya is, every step that child is going to take, be it a 3-year-old or be it a 10-year or a teenage, they are going to understand life in a particular view. The whole life, what they view, is very important, and we are going to teach these kids how easily you can view your life, that you can just flow with the life instead of resisting and having problems and having issues and then dealing with it. All this could be avoided if the kids can understand the whole process. So that is the main thing. We want to do this weekend school. Swami wants to do this weekend school. It's for every child to understand and understand different situations of life which could be avoided. Swamiji says, like, we can have a vaccine. We can give the kids the vaccine of different worry, pain, stress, different emotion, so that when they grow up, they will not have, or they will experience very less of these things and hardly fall into depression. Swami wants to raise this next civilization into enlightened civilization. So it's very important what we are trying to do, and you guys are great in forming a beautiful team to do this. It's really amazing that what we can do with the children. Children between 3 years and 7 years take this knowledge and actually start living it. If you question them, they hardly understand anything, but they're really able to live it. And we saw the children here. There was one child who was actually having a lot of vomiting, and this child went back home and she was very tired and she was lying down and she started saying, I accept my body, I accept my vomiting, I accept the whole process, so it's okay, my body is reacting. And mom was so confused, what am I to do with this child? And she's saying accepting. Then she came back running, I don't know what happened to my kid. My kid says I'm accepting everything. So then we told her, it's amazing, at the unconscious level she has got the meaning of life. She's able to accept it. It's very hard for us to accept something when we have real problems. We only resist. The first thing that we know is complaint. A complaint is a resistance. We put a resistance and then try to solve a problem. But a child will directly use these healing words and start living their life amazingly. And they really come out of the problem. The vomiting stops and they got better faster than a normal child who could have taken days to come out of this problem. So each and everything between the 3 and 7 years really implement these things, because they live the concept. They don't know to speak about the concept. If you ask them what is accept, they'll say accept what you're doing, accept the banana. They will have no concrete understanding for you, because they think it's part of their life. It's a lifestyle. It's not something they have to implement, that consciously they have to do. Because they live in a beautiful space, it's very easy for them. Next comes the group 8 to 14. During 8 to 14, they start trying to understand. Swamiji says, first few years is with the parents, the 0 to 4 years, 5 years. And then it is about their close group of friends. And then it comes to the partner, who is their partner and how close they are. So these are the 3 categories. If you say the first category, it's very easy. If the parents say or the teachers say, they're going to just believe and really live it. But the next category, if the group says, so it's easy. We can say you can choose a school for your child, but you can never choose a friend for your child in the school. But doing this N-Vidyalaya in schools, they can choose their friends, they can choose their school, and still the parents can be very happy, because it gives a very deep understanding to all the children that they will never sidetrack into other areas of life, which could be very dangerous when they grow up and try to experience just for the satisfaction of inner self. See, everything that we do, like Swami says, Einstein wanted to be the plumber. At the end of his life, when he was asked, what do you want to be? He said, I want to be a plumber. Plumber is something which nobody would have thought about. But that is what gave him the inner peace, which he never did it. Just for the societal conditioning, he was getting carried away again and again into doing something which he is not supposed to do. That's what we all land up. That's what we have taught our kids to do right now. But N-Vidyalaya gives a different dimension for them to think. Oh my God, what am I doing? Is this making me happy? Am I on the right track? What should I do? What is my purpose of life? All these answers come for the bigger group and the teenage. 7 to 14 and 14 and above up to 18 years, they start really understanding what is life. Once they understand what is life, whatever they do, they are going to be success. Swami says, success in outer world is success in inner world. If they are upset and depressed, they will obviously grow up to be even difficult when they grow up for parents and for community. But giving this education, it's going to be amazing for the community and the parents having this child around. We have seen so many parents come back to us and tell. There was one boy. He was very happy about the whole love topic. So he was at home playing with his toys. He's about 6 years, and then his mom had come, who's very stressful, and then she was like, going to wash her face. So this boy quickly rang and hugged his mom and said, "Mama, wash your face with love." And the minute he said that, the mom was like, taken back and taken into awareness and felt so nice at her heart. Because usually when parents come home, the kids are whining, kids are crying and so tired. And on top of that, at the end of the day, we are so tired. So the whole clash starts. All the anger, irritation, frustration from the teacher has gone into the kids, and the kids are giving all that to the parents. This is the usual scene at home. But mom was so happy that she came back to the school. She remembered to come and talk to us. My son started saying things like this. He's saying, "Wash my face with love." So the parents are so amazed and touched at a very deep level. By that, the child is so touched. "Oh, I did the right thing. I passed on the love what I had, and Mama felt it." He is saying confidently, "Mama felt it." So they are able to see physical reality changes in them. And during Young Vidyalaya, it's about like 50 weeks program. We have made the program such that every week you will be discussing about one subject. For example, love. You will be talking about attention need. So that one topic you will be making them understand through activities, through art, through, if you want theatre, we can add the theatre, it is up to you. So we can have different component and we can make it as a celebration. Once it's a celebration, kids love to participate and love to take home the message and start living. And as they live, they'll only see positive results, which make them enroll into this program more and more. See, if you like something and if you see a huge difference, and this is immediate difference, it's not going to take like, if you're taking some weight loss program, it's going to take you for at least few months. But this is going to be immediate results, and kids love immediate results. That is the reason this works amazing. It really goes and puts into implementation, and next week they come back and say, "Ma'am, I want to tell, I want to share, I want to share." So first the sharing session itself really expands, and they want to tell. Since we are doing over 50 weeks, it's so amazing. You will be seeing them flower slowly and beautifully. At the end of 3 months itself, you will see them speaking all kinds of concepts, which is really living for them. It's a live concept that they are talking about. It's not a theory that works like what we speak. It really living, and they really talk about these things. They talk about the ego, they talk about the inner space. It's so amazing, all these statements, what they understand. The other day the kid was a 6-year-old kid. He was talking about click. What is a click, we asked. We took an interview from these kids who were talking from the Gurukul here. We have Gurukul and Nityananda Vidyalaya, Swamiji's Gurukul in Ashram. So here we were discussing with the children what they understand by click, unclutch, and they were giving very clear understanding. He clearly said, I am having a problem with this toy, and this child comes in the middle, and this kid tells me, "Hey, you can do it like this," and I do it and it happens. It's called a click. He puts it in a real beautiful state, and this click is called unclutch in my brain. And he talks about brain, he talks about click, he talks about unclutch, but in reference to the making of the toy, what he is playing. This is the amazing part, because kids really put it into their action and see what happens to it in their world.